What's going on, people? And welcome back to Totalozspurs. Crystal Palace away, and guys, this is a big one. This is a big one for us in terms of the magnitude of what this means. The first game of the weekend means that if we win this game, we are 5 points clear before everyone else plays. Puts the pressure on the teams, the likes of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, to win their games to stay, close to us. Before we get into it, guys, I want to apologize again for the lack of content lately. I have been sick, and new role at work has got me working and being bedridden at the same time. And the other boys, unfortunately, we lost Delane due to family commitments for a little bit. Hopefully, he will come back soon onto the Total Spurs content. And Brad's just dealing with, family stuff as well. So I'll be holding down the fort for a while. But, let's get into it. Palace away is always a tough one. Not many teams go there and win. Under Vieira, they were playing some really good football, very attack, free-flowing football. Under Roy Hodgson, I could see them be a bit more compact because of his style. However, they're sitting 11th in the league. And before I break them down, guys, and get into it, make sure you are smashing a like and subscribing to the channel. Got really good reviews on the last video and a few good subs. So if you could keep doing that, guys, we really appreciate it. I can guarantee you more content will be coming out, sooner rather than later as I get back into doing these content videos. Palace is a tough game, as I said. You get the likes of Eze and Elise. Two young talents, English talents at that I thought, we were looking at Eze if we didn't get Madison. I think we're still linked with Eze going into the January window because we do need a bit of a backup, and I think he can assist on that right-hand side if we were to lose Kulu. However, I think Elise does play naturally more on the right, and he does have some nice in-swinging crosses on his left foot. Very skillful, very well placed. And we also got to watch Matete and Edouard up front. Edouard did play in Celtic. I don't know if he played under Ange, but definitely knows the culture up there, and hasn't had too much of a bad start to the season for them. And then other young talent, mainly all English really, with Gahey and Mitchell at the back. Mitchell's a quite a sturdy little left back, and Gahey, we were linked with him before we got Van de Ven as our was going to be our starter left centre back. So they're ones to watch. Looking at Sheffield, they are 11th in the league. 9 games, 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. And looking at their stats, they've lost to the top 3 teams. They've lost to is Arsenal, Villa, and Newcastle, all in the top 6 or 7. The teams they've lost to, they've drawn to are teams that are around them in the likes of Brentford, Fulham, and Forest. I think they're 12th, 13th, and 15th, respectively. And the teams they've beaten, apart from United, who sit 8th, Wolves and Sheffield, who are pretty rotten this season. So Palace are kind of where they should be, and they should probably end up around that 10th, 11th mark this season. For us, we had scares on Sarr and Udogie, and it looks like Udogie may be out for this game. Maybe too early for him to come back, considering we played on Monday night and we're going to be playing on Friday night, which is it's a fast from the Premier League. Really, don't understand it, but they love to go against us, as they say. So we might even see Ben Davies. Cess was brought up to Ange, and Ange said that he's got a long way of recovery before he's ready to play in this system. And frankly, I don't think Cess is ever going to be ready. I think the guy's past his development stage now. I think the player that we have is the player that we're always going to have. So, but look, I still think we're going to go there, be comfortable, play our style like we have. I think that Basuma may come back into the side now. I've seen a lot of people say that maybe we should not play him because of that fourth, that yellow card. If he gets it, he's out for Chelsea. Look, I mean, if Ange decides to do that, it highlights how important Basuma is for us. But I think Ange just got the mindset of we try to win every game with the best team that we can play with, and I think he'll play him. I think he'll tell Biss, if you're going to go out there and get a yellow card, like make sure we win this game comfortably. So then when we go into Chelsea, we do have the confidence still. We don't want to lose Basuma and lose the game at the same time. And that's the thing with our defense has been great this season. Romero and Van de Ven have got a great partnership. Vicario's been amazing in goal. Adogi and Porro, especially Porro, really stepped up defensively this season. It's going to be a bit of a change in the back. So, I'm quite scared if Ben Davies does start, if he's up against Elise, because Eze and Elise do link up very well, and they will probably team up, double on him, get around him. Luckily, Van de Ven's got the pace to be able to track that runner that tries to get in behind him. However, that will leave us open in the box, and Edouard's not a bad finisher in the air or on the floor. So it's going to be tough without the likes of a doggy there. I think a doggy, has a lot more of a work rate than Ben Davies. However, Ben Davies is not a bad defender. Not great. I do think he's on level with a doggy, but Doggy takes the ball a lot better going forward, and he hasn't put a foot wrong for me really this season. Midfield's going to stay the same. I think if Basuma comes back in. If not, I don't think Højbjerg did a bad job against Fulham. Didn't carry the ball as much. However, I feel like he distributed it very well out wide. And I'm actually thinking that we might see, Richie played out good the first half against Fulham, did fairly well, did what he had to do. So I won't be surprised if he starts, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we start Johnson on that left-hand side. I think Kulu's nailed on the right, and I think Sonny's nailed down the middle. And obviously Madison and Sar's 24 hours he had, I think, of a calling down period, see how his injury would go, and he's back in training already. So for me, it's got to be a comfortable 2-1, 3-1 win. I do think they're going to get a goal. I do think they are quite fluent up front. They do have some tidy midfielders, the likes of Will Hughes can tidy them up through the middle. I just don't think they have the quality of player that we do, especially up that front. Well, front three, they've got, they're probably their best, but, man for man, our quality outshines theirs. Eze is a step below Madison. For me, I think Eze carries the ball a lot more than Madison does. But we've always seen Madison this season. He seems to just drift past people like it's nothing. Elise may be the only one that can kind of, if you look at him as compare it to Kulu, he carries the ball a lot better than Kulu does. But Kulu's been decent again this season. I was critical of him at the end of last season and the start of this season. Didn't feel like he was doing enough, but slowly, gradually, he's putting in a shift, and Ange obviously sees that. And yeah, I won't question his team selection, because so far it's worked apart from the League Cup game, and that I think he just tried to get people to step up, and they didn't, and let him down, and that's why he hasn't done it again. But yeah, guys, from me, 3-1, 2-1. Let me know down below what you think the score will be. Make sure you are smashing a like and subscribing to the channel. And update, there won't be any future watch-alongs at this point. Tomorrow's game is 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'm working on a Saturday, worked every Saturday for the last 10 years, and the boys do as well. We can't, and I'll be honest, the games are so tough to even get to watch here in Australia, to try and stream them. And I'm going to be a father in January. It's going to be a lot tougher coming past January to be able to do these live streams and be consistent. And with Delane having to commit to his family, and then with Brad's situation as well, I just don't want to let you guys down, and not have to do live watch-alongs. So we will still be doing the content, still be doing the Saturday shows on the Hotspur Hood, still be trying to churn out a few more videos to compensate for that. But apologies for that, but I will be watching the games anyway. So, if you're in other live watch-alongs, Hotspur Hood, or, other Tottenham channels, you might see us around commenting. But that's it from me, guys. Like I said, let us know down below your thoughts on the game. What the score will be. And if there's any changes in personnel on the pitch to start the game that you feel that we could possibly try or start, maybe the likes of Hill, starting on that left instead of Richie or Johnson, let us know. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. And as always, guys, stay Spursy.